Well, we got a bit of deja vu tonight because yesterday we had me and Beatnik on the comms for the Tier 3 race at Belgium, and it was supposed to be Faded and Beatnik, but Faded has to do biology homework, the little nerd. So we're back again for Season 6, or sorry, Season 18, if you will, of Tier 2. We are here at Hungary. We just recently had a Tier 1 race here last week. So we have a little bit of a expectation for Hungary, but as I said, PolishHammer, Beatnik here again, the American booth back once again. Beatnik, how you doing this evening?
Oh, doing good. Should be an exciting one today. A lot of quick drivers and around a real driver's track here at Hungary. So we should be in for an exciting one today.
Yes, we should. Hungary, one of the shorter tracks on the schedule, 35 laps around this circuit. Taking a look back at last week, Blonde actually was your winner, round two in Japan for McLaren. Mintoki coming home P2, and Ira and Maxwell coming home P3. So a Merck Academy podium last week at Japan. So are we going to see some of the same this week? Are we going to see that Merck dominance, if you will?
I think so, personally. The McLaren lineup is strong as per with Fusion and Maxwell, but of course Lennon leading the championship for Ferrari cannot count him out.
Yes, he is.
So I think we're set for a very exciting race from the front all the way to the exciting mid crap.
Absolutely. Lennon won the first race at Australia for Ferrari, finished P4 last week at Japan, is able to take a 2-point gap between him and Mercedes driver Mintoki, sitting P2 in the driver's standings right now with 4-point gap, if you will, to Mintoki, sitting P2 in the driver's standings. P3 is going to be Blonde. He's currently listed as a Williams driver. That cannot be true. But and then we have Torn. Wait, what the fuck? Wait,
Wait,
wait a minute.
waiting. We have Penguin in fourth and Lucas Rasmussen in fifth. Through the driver standings after
Wait,
two
because I'm
laps.
because I'm trying to like double check because did I not just say Maxwell got a podium? How does he only have 6 points?
Uh, he got kicked off the podium after some post-race penalties.
Oh, okay. It still has him in race results as finishing. I was looking at qualifying again. Oh my
The
god.
amount of times you've done this, mate.
I do this every freaking week, dude. So let me rephrase. Blonde did win, Mintoki did come second, Penguin came third, not Maxwell. I keep ever since EXO started doing qualifying and race results together, I keep looking at the first one thinking it's race results, and it's qualifying results every time. So that makes a lot more sense now. Anyways, we are here at Hungary. We're getting some laps in. Everyone's starting to come back out. Oh my god.
Skill issue.
Shut up.
Sorry,
No one
I got a
asked
really
you.
bad cough.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Anyways, no qualifying bans that we know of so far tonight. No race bans either, so should be pretty clean. Uh, Qualifying session. Hopefully, we had an absolute barn burner yesterday with that Red Bull 1-2. That was insanity. I'm hoping for more of that today. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, it was a total battle to the death there at the end of the Tier 3 race. Three drivers giving it absolutely everything for the win. It's stuff we absolutely love to see, and we hope to see more of that today. As our first couple cars are on the track, we got Torn Penguin out there. He's the first on the track, and Jack MS right behind him. They'll get the first of our qualifying runs.
Speaking of people named Jack, we've got a returnee to Tier 2 this week. Jack Miles, Tier 1 driver for the last, I don't even know how many seasons, back for Tier 2 this week in the V-Carb.
Yeah, for to our knowledge, it's the first time since Tier 2 Season 8, I believe. He was last considered a Tier 2 driver points can actually be applied to his name. So, welcome back to former Tier 1 champion to the second tier again, as he actually comes across the line to start his first flying lap.
What a fall off. Sitting tier 2 in a V-carb after winning tier. Anyways, we've got some laps going on right now. Torn Penguin, AMS Devin, former tier 3 driver. I beat Devin in a race one time. That is the most accomplishments I have in RPL. Anyways, Jack M. I did win a race. It was against Devin. I outdrove Devin at Abu Dhabi, and that's the only thing I have on him. Anyways, Torn Penguin coming across. This is a very technical track. You've got to be very careful to not exceed those track limits and invalidate your lap times because it's very easy to do here.
Yeah, definitely a tricky track when it comes to the track limits. Turn 12 is the right-hander at the end of the S's. That's a hot spot for track limit warnings there. You could also watch out for some warnings out of the final corner, too, if people will push the limits of the track. And how about a 15-4 as a banker? That's a very solid start for Torn Penguin.
15-4 for Penguin. Jack goes not too far behind in that Williams, 15-9. AMS Devin goes 15-8, so a bit behind his teammate. And Josh 433 sets the benchmark 15-3. We've got plenty of other guys coming across the line. Jack Miles, 16-2, slowest of the runners so far. Lennon invalidated his lap time, so he's going to have to go for another one. Trying to look and see. It looks like
Alan,
yes. AJ just came across for a 16.5. The little Fusion just backed out of his lap. SV on a hard run goes 17.1. Get wrecked in the Alpine goes 16.1.
Yeah, that's Dylan in the other Alpine. Get wrecked. Also known as Dylan, one of our originals of RPL. It's decent running there to put himself P5 in the early stages of qualifying. Another one is Mintoki. Purple second sector. She's coming through the final couple corners now. We'll see if she can put her car in the mix. Like Wilson
Look at
just
Wilson
did.
go P3.
A solid
Wilson
run.
P3.
Isha! Goodness me.
Isha
What a run
goes
by Isha there to
P2.
go P2. Here comes Mintoki. Can she go any better? No. P5.
I thought that Haas going P3 was something. Isha going damn near pole in the Haas. Only 600ths behind their their academy teammate Josh 433. Absolutely insane lap from Isha. That's Lennon's gonna go in, so Lennon's gonna.
I'm having a look at Little Fusion coming through the second sector here. Had a bit of a stinky on his first run, and he's a good 11 seconds up through two sectors. So looks like we'll see him set a competitive lap time here.
You know what? 11 seconds up is pretty decent, I would say. He's coming around the final couple of corners now. Don't hit that pit entrance wall. That's something we haven't talked about yet, that pit entrance wall that jets out. This is going to be a pole time right here, I think. 15-2.
A tenth and a bit.
Top of the board. Yep. A tenth and some. Little Fusion goes top of the board.
It's there from Little Fusion, who, of course, he didn't race last week. I don't know what he had going on, but he wasn't able to show up to Japan, so he's got all the ground to make up here in today's race if he wants to get himself into the championship fight. I'm now watching Night Owl as he's come through the first sector, one of the few drivers still to set a lap. Let's see.
Absolutely. Here comes Zakaria, though, about to come across the line. Zakaria goes 16-0, so P10 for the Aston Martin driver. Night Owl now the only person on a lap currently. Night Owl and that Williams driver. Another former Tier 3 driver that I used to race with all the time, Night Owl. I didn't realize how many former Tier 3 drivers I used to race with all the time are in this race. You got Isha, you got Devin, Zakaria, AJ, SV, Lennon, Maxwell. Night Owl was in there for a bit, you know. It's kind of crazy, but here comes Night Owl.
Progression is beautiful, isn't it? Here comes Night Owl across the line. And
16-3. Good enough for 13th on the board right now. And Maxwell has spun coming out of Sector 1.
Suboptimal from the McLaren driver.
Yep, and that's one of those very, very tricky corners. That's turn 4, it looked like he spun coming out of. So that's going to be a trouble spot for some of these drivers. Obviously, That's probably the hardest corner on this track, I would say. That tricky turn 4, where you just have to
That's
just
the
you have to
high-speed left, right?
Yes, it is the high-speed left corner where if like I don't remember who it was during the Tier 1 race. I saw 2 drivers try to go side by side through that corner. I think you know how that ended, but
Side by side at Hungary ends in tears to begin with. Let's be real.
for the most part, yes.
I mean, you'd also be going side by side in the S's, so could be worse.
It could be a lot
Oh,
worse.
Night Owl's left. I'll handle that.
Night Owl has left. SV's going for another outlap on hard tires. I don't know what his maybe he didn't get enough practice in and just wants to get a few laps in, but who knows? Josh 433 just had pole snatched from him from Lero Fusion as things stand. 10 minutes left to go in the session. He's going to go out for his outlap with Torn Penguin coming across the line to start his second flyer.
Yep, Penguin starting his flyer again. Other drivers on laps include SV and Maxwell. Maxwell had another moment, this time through turn 3. Keeps it collected though, and he doesn't spin through turn 4, but he's 700s down on his current personal best through one sector. Let's see if he can find more time through there.
He definitely will. He obviously had a terrible Sector 2 time, but, you know, we've got both Red Bull drivers, AMS Devin as well. P8 for the Red Bull driver, definitely looking like he might want to improve that. We're going to see he is up 800s coming out of the first sector, so decent enough lap for him so far. Josh is down by 300s coming out of the first sector. We have a caution. It's one of the Alpines. I do believe that is SV. SV spun it coming out of, looks like, turn...
That's turn 11,
that
but here comes Maxwell out of the final
yeah.
corner. Has a bit of a slide through there, but he's going to come across the line, and it's pole position.
For a pole.
Great
That
run
slide
there,
looks like it.
Maxwell.
Yep, looks like that slide didn't bother him much. So pole position for the McLaren driver. It's a McLaren lockout currently as things stand. Torn Penguin's coming across the line. He hasn't validated, so his lap is going to be null and void. His teammate Devin coming across the line. No, he's going to come across for a 15.6. Only moves up one position. We have Josh, who has gone into the pits. He's backed out of his lap. Try to see who else is currently on a lap. We've got a lot of outlaps right now. Get wrecked in the Alpine currently on a lap. AJ as well. AJ up 200s coming out of the first sector, so that could be a decent lap from him.
Decent first sector for him.
Decent first sector. Wrecked is currently up 200s, so he's going to improve a couple positions here. He's going to go up to P10 with that 15.8.
Ooh, and Toki's off.
Mintoki off the course. I did miss that, so she will back out of that lap. Devin off his lap. Wilson just starting a lap. Jack M is on a lap. We've got a lot of people on laps right now. We've got a caution back in Sector 3. That's one of the McLarens, I guess, just slowing up. Nothing to really work with here. Isha is currently up 200s. Isha needs to find Isha being on pole, or even in the top 5, would be absolutely incredible.
For a car that's not that good, he is putting in an incredible showing, and he's 2/10 up through 2 sectors. Could we be about to witness a pole position lap, or at least provisional pole, from Isha? This has been an incredible showing in qualifying for the Haas driver. Let's see if he can actually pull this off through the final corner.
First it's going to be his Academy teammate Lennon. Comes across P7. Isha does go pole.
He's got fastest.
Isha currently the fastest out of anybody on the track in that Haas. And the entire field has got to be thinking, what are we doing wrong? Wilson is currently up 4/10. That's another driver in a suboptimal car that is putting in an incredible qualifying time right now. He's up 4/10 right now, and he might be gaining.
Oh yeah,
let's see what he can throw down here.
Man, P6 for Wilson. That's fantastic.
Did lose some time in Sector 3, so that kind of sucks for him. But look at some of these cars we have down in the bottom half. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10 Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes. So definitely a couple of shocks up here in the top 6 with the Wilson in 6th. Isha obviously the biggest shock out of anyone currently on pole in that.
Nobody would have expected that. I'm
No,
gonna turn our eyes to
absolutely not.
Mintoki. 2 tenths up through 2 sectors so far. That should propel her into the regions of the top 5 if she can find just a little bit more time through this final sector. As she comes through turn 13, I believe that is, and through the final corner she comes, trying to keep it tight to the inside. Very nice line there. And to the line, what's it gonna be? 6 up to tenths. Decent showing, but still behind
Decent
her
showing from
teammate.
Mitoki. Yep, definitely Mitoki's going to want to better that time. You know, she knows she's got the pace to do it. I think everyone here knows she has the pace to do it. But it's just a matter of if she can. Josh H is currently on a lap with 5 minutes left to go in the session. He's one of these many, many drivers that have a shout for pole. Take your attention to the top 10. We've only got 6 tenths between the top 10.
That is incredible there. It is 6 tenths on the dot at that. And then you could go even lower. Top 13, less than a second between them. Are you sure this is a realistic league? Because these drivers are all performing those cars brilliantly.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a lot of like I don't even know how to explain it. Like I don't even know what we're seeing right now. Isha going on pole has completely thrown my mind for a loop at this point. Like I don't even know what to think. But we've got Josh coming across the line. He's gonna finish up a lap, and Mintoki is gonna go into the pits. So Mintoki's not gonna finish up any lap. Josh is coming across the line for a 15.3. That is no improvement. 300s down, and Night Owl also finished a lap to go P14.
So nobody's on the lap.
Nobody is on a lap. We've got a couple cars coming out for outlaps, but this is the calm before the storm right here. 4 minutes left in qualifying. We're going to get a few people coming out on their outlaps right now, I do believe. Yep, one of them is going to be Maxwell.
We've got a late joiner in Wezo joining the lobby here at the last second.
Yes, I did notice that earlier.
So, wow, Isha, incredible. I still can't believe that. That is, we've had one pole position in the entire history of RPL, and that was Alex Norris taking a surprise pole position for them in a wet-dry qualifying in Brazil on the last game cycle, which got him immediately banned from Tier 2.
We've got issues. So, I'm looking at Tier 2 chat. Isha is being called out for somebody racing on their account that is not Isha.
Oh boy.
Isha was typing in the Tier 2 chat while they were on a lap, which clearly means they were not driving the car at said time. Which means that somebody that is not Isha is more than likely racing on that account.
Yeah, that's... we're cheating in Tier 2. We're cheating in Tier 2. That's all I'm going to say. As Max will start his, most likely, final lap as he comes through turn 1. Let's see what the non-cheaters are capable of here in qualifying. McLaren 2 and 3. As Maxwell comes
on board
through turn 2.
Yep, I'm running on board with him right now. I'd love to know who's behind that account. Like, who could put down 15 O's and Hosses? Like, who
probably
does he should know? That's what I want to know. Look at Maxwell, 10th and a half up in Sector 1 alone.
This could be good here from Maxwell. Now remember, Tier 1 qualifying was in wet conditions toward the end, so we don't have any proper Tier 1 laps to compare to, but we saw some Q1 laps that were in the low 15s just before the rain came, so there is a reference. Isha is running top Tier 1 pace with that boss. Whoever it is. They must be pretty
Whoever
quick.
it may be. I think Maxwell is definitely going to go pole here. It's just a matter of if he can keep it. We have another person joining. Tugura has joined the
we should
lobby,
have a full grid there. Here comes
we're going to have a full 20-car grid. That's a sub 4. That's a sub 15.
14.7. What a lap by Maxwell.
14.7 even. What a fantastic lap from Maxwell.
Wild lap.
Rex going to be the next one coming across the line. He invalidates, so his session is likely going to be over. We have a Haas coming across the line right now. That's not Isha starting their lap, their final lap, if you will. Try to see who's coming across the line. That's the Sauber of oh my God, Wiso starting their first and only qualifying lap.
Oh boy, we got a lot going on here. What is there?
Yes, we
Whoa,
do.
though. Isha's coming through the first sector. I'm watching it. He's a 10th.
Oh my God. You can't make this
I'm gonna
stuff
watch
up.
this to see where the hacks are
Yeah,
coming.
please do. While you watch that, I'm gonna watch Lero Fusion, who's currently up 2.5 tenths coming across the Sector 2 split time. Lero Fusion, McLaren driver, can he denounce his teammate? No, he cannot. It is an improvement. He does go ahead of Isha for the time being.
Oh,
Isha just spun.
out.
I just watched it. That was the perfect timing to come back to that.
Those were some of
Lucas
the weirdest
Rasmussen
inputs I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, Lucas Rasmussen up 500ths. Mitoki's up 2/10ths, so that could be a good time. Taking a look at Wilson now. Wilson is, I don't know how much Wilson's up right now. Torn Penguin on a lap. Lennon, everyone's on a lap. I'm trying to keep everyone at bay. Isha's done. Try to see who's going to come across the line first. Penguin's up 4/10ths. What a fantastic lap from Penguin this is going to be in a second, but I think he's going to be the next person to come across the line.
He is.
So,
here he comes.
Yep, we'll take a look at Penguin here. Can Penguin in that Red Bull take P1 from the McLarens? He cannot. It's a 15-1. Able to go P4, if you will. Wilson,
Next
Lucas
is
Rasmussen does not improve.
Here she comes.
Mintoki, 14-9.
Mintoki, 14-9.
Fantastic lap. 15-3 from Josh. That's a 100th improvement. Lennon goes up to P9 for a 1.5 improvement.
Is not on a lap. Jack is not on a lap. So that'll do it. Maxwell on pole position today.
Yes, year-end Maxwell pole position for the McLaren driver, and it's a Mercedes Academy lockout. Top 3 all Mercedes Academy drivers, Maxwell, Mintoki, Fusion. Whoever is racing on Isha's account gets P4. Torn Penguin 5. Lucas Rasmussen in that other Mercedes goes P6. Josh, Wilson, Lennon, Devin. How about Wilson P8 in that Aston Martin? Firmly within the front runner, so good run from him. SV Zakaria wrecked. Jack Miles in his Tier 2 return, 14th. Night Owl, Jack M, Alan J, Wiso, Tugra, and Tadpole all not setting times on the track.
Ooh boy. What a session that was. We got Maxwell Pole and Isha cheating.
So Ryan Searles posted Isha's qualifying times from Tier 3 last season. 10th, 17th, 10th in a McLaren, by the way. 9th in a Mercedes, 11th in a Mercedes, and that's it. So I think that's proof. That's all the proof we need.
But he finds improvement like that in an instant. No matter who you are, it takes time to build that kind of pace. An impressive qualifying from the likes of Wilson, though. A P8 is a solid showing in that Aston Martin. And Dylan, who didn't do half bad himself in that Alpine.
No, absolutely not. And I'm just glad we have a full field. I was kind of sad we didn't have any Sauber drivers, but it looks like last second those seats were able to get filled. So we're chilling. Full 20-car field. Well, 19, I guess, because Isha's Jack is telling Isha to retire the car, and Wilson just left the session. So I wonder if I don't think we are restarting.
I don't think so, and no rain for the race. It's going to be a dry race.
Love to hear that.
So, but if we take the race order to check out our strategy options, most cars on mediums for the time being. Couple stragglers in the back electing for hard tires. Of course, plenty of time to change up. But any predictions going into this, Polish?
Well, turn 1's obviously going to be, yeah. I honestly don't know. I'm expecting a lot more of the Merc dominance that we've seen, honestly. But Tier 1 in this, yeah, Tier 1 McLaren did finish 1-2, and they were significantly ahead of the pack. So I'm expecting a lot more of the same this race. But you never know. I can be surprised, and you never know what's going to happen. I'm really curious on what's going to happen with turn 1, considering Isha's all the way up in 4th, though. That I'm curious on. But
Oh, yeah.
we will see. We'll
Odds
see
on a
how
straight
that
line?
goes. Pretty high. Jack said, do the race start as normal. If Isha is racing, then we restart.
And I don't think anybody wants a restart.
No, nobody wants a restart. Even Zakaria said, just leave. Nobody is waiting for a restart. So this can go into the RPL. RPL. What's the word?
List of cheaters?
List of cheaters. Yeah. It's up there with. So either Isha locked in and became esports overnight, is somehow cheating, or is having someone racing for them, which is literally cheating. Bro got Yarno Altmir on his account. That's what Penguin just said.
Cheating in the second tier of RPL. You love to see it. Not even tier 1.
I don't know, man. This is all. Isha left.
He's gone.
Isha has left the session.
Oh boy. What?
You know, did you know it was rumored that Isha was actually a woman?
No, I did not know.
Yeah, somebody told me that they thought Isha was a woman, and that Isha said that they were a woman, like in DMs. But that makes me think that they were maybe lying just to get attention. But anyways, so
everybody likes attention.
Yeah, we could throw that in the RPL conspiracy theories too.
We got a lot of RPL conspiracy theories here in the American Driver Podcast. Race start in probably around 20 seconds here, so I think time to bring the action.
It's time to bring the action here in Tier 2, as we're going to get the 5 red lights off here in momentarily. Any predictions, Beatnik, before we start?
Lap 1 safe car.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. 5 red lights. Ahead of the drivers. That was the longest wait in all of history. It's lights out and away we go. Maxwell gets a decent start. He's well ahead of all the cars behind him. Into turn 1 we go. It's McLaren 1 and 2. Mintoki and Penguin side by side. Have a look at Kevin trying to go around the outside. He gets around one of the drivers of Josh. They go side by side now. Mintoki trying to get back past Penguin. Can't do it. Behind her, Red Bull and Ferrari side by side. Ferrari and Alpine side by side as well behind them. In turn 4, Lennon and SV holding on to it. Everybody staying alive through the first sector of this race. That's not what I expected one bit.
That was actually a very clean start. Something I'd like to mention that maybe you didn't realize, Wilson has DNF'd out of the race. They lagged out before the race had started and DNF'd right as the lights went out with Isha. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to work with that. But as of right now, Maxwell has already gapped 1 second between him and his teammate Lyral Fusion. Torn Penguin sitting P3, so a very good start for Penguin. Mintoki drops from 2 positions down to P4. Lucas Rasmussen sits P5.
Already?
Wilson, yeah. Oh, Jack has a 3-second penalty. Multiple warnings, so somehow got 3 warnings on lap 1.
That's the second time this season that's happened.
Joe is calling. Wilson's calling for a restart. I don't think that's the worst idea.
It's not gonna happen.
Wilson
it's happened before and they didn't restart, so I think they're gonna keep it the way it is. But Maxwell pulling away up front.
They are gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I do think Joe did get massively screwed over, but there's not much we can really do about that. No one's gonna wait. As Wiseau is ghosted. I don't know if he spun or what.
Lobby. I'm gonna see if I can get him an invite.
we've got... I'm trying to see if we have any battle. No battles going on right now, but Maxwell still pulling out to a 1.3 second lead over his teammate. Tower Penguin still sitting third, if you will. Let's take a look at the tires that everyone's on as we speak. We've got everyone on mediums. Lennon, the first of the hard runners, currently sitting P8. Jack Miles also on hards in P12. Tadpole and Whiteso also on hards as well. So mostly everyone decided to take mediums to start.
And only one driver has lost out in terms of positions on the start. Desmond Toki down 2 places. Make that another one because Mr. Dillon has had a big mistake coming through the final few corners. He's lost spots. Now he's down 1 from starting position. So only him and Mintoki have lost positions on the start. Everybody else has gained at least 1.
Well, that does come down to Wilson starting P8 and also Isha starting P4, and everyone just passed them. So everyone's up in at least 1 position.
Oh! The road goes Jack!
And he is in the wall, backwards in the barriers. Jack with not a good start already because of that penalty, and it has just gone from bad to worse for Jack M.
Tragic for him. He lost traction coming through turn 2. And the rear end just went away on him, and around he went. So that is effectively day done for him. And still a lot of battling towards the back here. We got Dylan trying to recover. He made up a place. And everybody else staying pretty much line and stern here in the early stages, settling in.
Your biggest mover of the race currently is Tadpole, up 5 positions. He started dead last. I don't know if he had a quali ban or what, but he did not put a lap in. But he is up from last to P15, so he's not that far off from possible points. In fact, we have a DRS train from 2nd back to, it looks like almost 13th if AJ can stay in it. So we've got a pretty large DRS train throughout this whole pack, but Maxwell has continued to just eat away at that gap. 1.8 seconds now is the gap between him and his teammate Fusion.
Yeah, this is one of Maxwell's best tracks. I have to look at his time trial around here, and I'll tell you, it is absolutely cooking. So I am not surprised to see Maxwell pulling away, and this is a performance that he needs because the rumors going around that he might lose his McLaren seat to Mintoki. So he needs a performance like this to prove he deserves that car.
Yeah, absolutely. Mintoki's been a Mercedes driver for as long as I can remember. She's been in that Mercedes for a couple seasons now, so you would think she's definitely eyeing a possible promotion to McLaren, and someone's going to have to give up that seat. Obviously, Maxwell has not had the worst starts to the season. I mean, he obviously... but he hasn't had the best. He's sitting P9 in the standings. Only 6 points through 2 races! And that's Penguin off the road. He is around into the barrier. That's from P3. And he's going to fall all the way back to, looks like P12, P13 even. Heartbreak for Torn Penguin. He's going to try and make a move on the Haas of AJ.
Should be able to make this move. Oh, bit of contact made. Not too clean, but four-wheel drifting through the corner. Somehow keeps it alive, and it's going to be P13 for him, and I reckon he might have gotten a bit of rear wing damage from that clank with the wall out of the final corner.
I think it's very plausible. He is definitely struggling. He is loose on every corner, especially those high-speed corners. So yeah, we've got issues. Devin goes into the penalty box, multiple warnings, 3-second penalty. So that's the first out of the people in the points currently having penalties. We're going to see if Penguin comes into the pits and retires it. I don't think he will, but...
Gone from bad to worse for Red Bull on this lap. Penguin went around. Devin gets a penalty. It's not looking good for them.
He's almost going around again. Yeah, he is really struggling with the handling of that car, so he definitely got some damage to something on that car because every turn I am watching him almost lose it. So, but we'll take our attention back. The top 4 have really spread themselves out now.
Oof. At least we're finally getting settled in, but yeah, you are correct. Out right on. This Rasmussen trying to hold off Josh 433 for that P4. Look behind him, Devin trying to defend from championship leader Lennon as well. That's a bit of a tongue twister right there as they go through turn 5. But they're keeping it alive here. At least we got one Red Bull in the points after the tragedy of Torn Penguin.
Yeah, you mentioned Lennon, the championship leader. You wouldn't think he is because he's been pretty quiet. He's been pretty quiet today. He's kind of just been sitting back between like 5th and 9th since the start of this race. He qualified, I believe, P8. So yeah, pretty quiet day for Lennon. But you know, that's all you really need to do is just rack off some points. You know, keep racking off those top 5s. Consistency is key to winning an F1 championship, and that's what Lennon's doing right now. So he's a run from him. You think he's gonna definitely want to get some more positions though, as I'm looking to see Torn Penguin. Torn Penguin's going into the pits now. We're going to see if he retires it.
This might be it for Penguin, but in the battle for the midfield, we got Jack Miles and RPL Zakaria looking for a move. Jack down the inside in the first corner, going down the inside of RPL Zakaria. Does he have the place? The answer is yes.
He does.
Jack up to P9 as Tadpole gets a penalty. And
we have a retirement.
He's crashed out.
He has crashed out. No safety car currently as things stand. That sucks for Tadpole. He made up so many positions. And it's all for naught here. So Red Bull Academy, it just goes from bad to worse to treacherous, if you will. First Torn Penguin, then Devin, now Tadpole's out of the race. It's not been a good day
Wilson
for
getting
Red
kicked
Bull
out.
Academy.
Start as
Lucas Rasmussen
lagged out.
He's lagged out of the session. There's been so many. Oh my God, I can't even explain it. Both Ferraris are going to go by him. Devin's going to go by him. This is a disaster for Lucas.
I've sent him some invites. Hopefully he can get back in soon. But it was looking so good for Mercedes. They were running up front. They were cruising away. And now it's all ended in tears for them. But in the grand scheme of Mr. Lennon, he's going to get in a position out of this, and he might get another on his teammate down the inside of Josh, and through he goes. Up into 4th place is Lennon on those hard tires.
Yep, P4 for Lennon, absolutely fantastic. Those hard tires starting to come into play now, so maybe starting on those hards was the correct move, but we're going to see how it ends up cycling out as this race goes on. He's got a long ways to catch up to Mintoki. He's got a 4-second gap between her and him. Mintoki's got a 2-second gap. We've got some battling back here. Torn Penguin just got by both Saubers.
Wow.
Torn Penguin back into 14th. Obviously, Penguin had to make an early pit stop because of his damage, so that will be a 2-stopper for him. You were talking about Mercedes as look at the positions getting lost. He just lost to SV and Jack. He's going to lose to Zakaria here in a second. He's going to be out of the points. He finally took control of his car, and Zakaria just ran into the back of him.
That's suboptimal, but good news is he's back, and like you said, he is still in the points here, so he can still recover and get a good finish without losing too much time. We go on to lap 9 of this race. The top 3 have bolted off into the distance. Lennon's trying to do the same. Josh and Devin still battling it out for what is P5. Behind them, here comes Jack Miles on SV, down the inside into turn 1. We've seen this before for Jack. He's going to try and do it again. And now it's a traction race. For turn 1, the Alpine gets the better traction against the V car. Can Jack go around the outside? The answer is no.
Look at that switchback. He's trying it. Oof.
Tried the switchback, but all in vain. He'll have to wait another lap, and now he's got the Mercedes of Rasmussen right on his tail.
We've got the Saubers. Look at the Saubers. They're racing inside of each other. That was just an overtake on track I wanted to watch. So yes, the top 4 have all, or sorry, the top 3 even have all. Wait, what? Okay, yes, the top 3. The top 3 have all separated themselves from the pack, as you mentioned. Lennon is really trying to, I think, gap his teammate, and it looked like Josh had a little bit of a moment coming out of that turn. So That's going to help him out, but there's a 3-second gap between... Yeah, there's a 3-second gap between SV and Lennon, and this is where this DRS train really is 7th on back to AJ in 12th.
All right, round 2 between Jack and SV. Jack using all of the overtake button he has available. Is it going to be enough to get down the inside in turn 1? Yes, it is. Once again, Jack's down the inside. This time he got more of a car ahead. Trashed the race once more. Holding his hand in frustration is Jack's driver. SV tries to go down the inside. All in vain. Jack finally gets by SV.
Jack gets by SV. Lucas Rasmussen is going to be trying to do that as well. He's obviously not happy. SV into the penalty box, so just got went for bad and worse for SV.
It's been a great showing from SV so far. Hate to see it, especially in that battle with Jack. He's going to lose a bit of time. Ooh, and I thought he was about to go off the track there, but he keeps it on the island.
It looked like it for a second.
I think he's probably going to let Rasmussen go as the Academy teammate.
You would think so.
Yeah, you would think.
But I don't know.
Meanwhile, we got the, not really a battle so far, but Lennon ever so slightly is gaining on Mintoki. The gap at one point around 4 seconds, 4.5. Now the gap is 3.7, so slowly but surely, Lennon is getting himself into this podium fight, and he's towing his Ferrari teammate with him as well.
Looked like Lucas wanted to go for maybe a move on his Academy teammate. Thought better of it because that would have been an absolutely horrendous send. So he thought better of it. I'm looking back at the top 4. Like you said, the top 4 pretty much pulled away. Josh
SV
is pulled away from Devin.
There we go.
SV finally did let him go. Okay, yep. SV made the right move to let his Academy teammate go. Obviously, SV with that penalty. Not ideal for him. Yeah, that was the right move. Good Academy teammate play there. But yeah, Josh has actually gapped Devin. So now the top 5 are all out of... So actually, we have no DRS within the top 7, it looks like. Nobody in the top 7 is going to be getting DRS.
First proper battle goes to Jack Miles and Lucas Rasmussen. Dylan gets himself a penalty to add his troublesome day. He's at the, I believe he's at the back of a DRS train. Oh no, he's all by himself behind.
Yeah, he's all by himself back there.
So
he's ever so slightly behind that DRS train. Not too far behind, only 1.9 seconds. Lucas has actually gapped SV by a long ways. 1.5 seconds of gap now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a solo fight between Lucas and Jack, and we're going to see if maybe he wants to make a move now. I think he's going to wait a lap.
Here we got a move here. SV and Zakaria. Zakaria thought about having a go, and he does have a go. Down the inside in turn 1. Easy does it for RPL Zakaria. He moves himself up in the 9th place in the Aston Martin.
Zakaria has had a decent showing this race. I believe Zakaria started way back in the field. Well, maybe not too far back in the field, but I'm going to double check.
He started in 12th.
12th. Okay, so up 3 positions. Not bad at all for Zakaria. I'm trying to remember how the hell you get to position J. There we go. Okay, obviously your biggest loser, Torn Penguin, down 9 positions. Take a look at who's in 7th right now. Jack Miles in that B card. He started 14th. Currently in P7 now.
Yeah, fantastic show from him. And if you would like a live Drivers' Championship update, as it currently stands, Lennon will lead the championship by 1 single point over Mintoki, as things currently sit. But Maxwell will help himself get into this fight with a win if you hold on. Of course, we're not even halfway yet, though, so we have a lot of laps to go before we even think about discussing championship positions, as Jack is almost weaving the car to stay ahead of Lucas Rasmussen. SV pits.
SV does pit. Everyone's going to go by him. SV, the first person to bite that didn't have damage. Obviously, Jack went in earlier, and so did Penguin, but they both had damage they had to fix. So SV, the first person to bite, switches onto those hard compound tires.
A long way to pick cards. We'll see if he can do it.
Take a look at the gap between Mintoki and Lennon. It has dropped significantly to 1.8 seconds now. It was just 2.4 seconds a minute ago. So those mediums really starting to fall off now.
Yep, definitely advantage Lennon at this stage, but you also have to remember, Kentucky's going to get quite an undercut by pitting for those hards early, so that gap will come back up. It'll be all down to Lennon to, once again, close it back down at the end of the race, providing we don't see any safety cars in the late stages. So,
And
the
Fusion
dynamic between
pits.
these two is quite nice, as Fusion blinks first for the McLarens.
Yep, Fusion blinks first out of, looks like the entire top 5, 6, 7. Nobody's coming in besides Fusion, so Fusion's going to be on a bit more worn tires,
Zakaria
but he's going to get a massive undercut. Yep, Zakaria comes in next. Night Owl, Alan J also come in.
Rasmussen once
Wreck
again
also
thinks
come
about a
in.
move on Jack Miles, but just a little bit too far back on the V-car to get a move done. He'll have to wait just a little bit longer, but he doesn't have much battery to play with here, so it's not looking too good for him, and also those medium tires are fading.
And just to put into perspective how large the undercut is, take a look at Torn Penguin and how close he is to the back of Lyral Fusion. He's like in DRS with him. Obviously Penguin pit 7 laps earlier, so that's a huge undercut he's going to get, obviously. But that is a massive. That's at least a second a lap.
That's not even including all the
Penguin
time
gained
he
on
spent
Fusion.
in midfield traffic and with rear wing damage. So that shows it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's at least like a second or so a lap that Penguin gained on Fusion. So that's going to be interesting to see when these guys finally do come in and Maxwell comes in.
And so does
Mitoki.
Lennon stays out.
Lennon stays out. Obviously on those hard tires. Josh comes in. Devin comes in. Is Lucas going to come in? No, he does not. Lucas, the only medium person to not blink yet, besides Tugra, who is sitting back in 17th.
Interesting dynamics here at this stage. Yavaz and Lucas, the only two survivors on medium tires at this moment. As Fusion comes out ahead of Maxwell. He's jumped his teammate.
That's an absolutely fantastic strategy call from Fusion. Jumps his teammate in the pits. Jumps his teammate in the pits, and Fusion is now your new net leader of this race, as they're going to come up on these two. As we got a caution in the back, that's one of the Saubers. Tugra around.
He almost beat his car. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I watched it.
That kind of ended in tears for him, as Lucas Rasmussen holding off Fusion and Maxwell.
Whoa!
They really want to get by this Mercedes as fast as possible.
There's a bit of contact there.
Zakaria has also gone around.
Zakaria's gone around. That sucks for Zakaria. Was having such a good run. Lucas does eventually let both the McLarens pass. So we're going to see. I think Lucas is going to bite this lap. Yes, he does. Lucas does come in the pit. Take a look at... I mean, that gap was about, what, 2.5 seconds, I think, or so? Between Maxwell and Penguin? Look at this!
Wow! They both get by Jack. Maxwell at the inside of Fusion. Maxwell takes back lead after losing it in the early stage of that pit stop cycle. But back ahead goes Maxwell. He's been the better driver so far of these two McLarens. And once again, he retakes the net lead of this race.
And I think that's going to be my move of the race so far. Not only did Maxwell get by Jack Miles, who was on worn tires, he was able to get by his teammate Lyral Fusion in the same corner without making contact. That was absolutely incredible from Maxwell.
And in tears between these two guys before. They had it coming together in the opening round in Australia, which set back Maxwell's woes to start the season. But this time he gets by cleanly. He's already pulled a 7/10 gap. I think he plans on breaking DRS.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're taking a look back here. What happened? Okay, no. So, yeah, Mitoki with a 2.8 second gap over, and Josh is 6 seconds behind. So Mitoki doesn't really have anything to worry about back there so far. Obviously, that is your net podium right now, as I do think Mitoki is going to eventually pass Penguin, as Penguin is on that two-stopper. Yeah, so we've got that. Maxwell just put in the fastest lap of the race. We've
Through the
got
Penguin.
a move back here. Penguin gets by Jack Miles. Obviously, Penguin on 6th lap, fresher tires. Jack really starting to feel the effects of those worn hards, I would think, as well as Lennon. Look how much Maxwell's taken out this gap.
Yeah, it's got his seconds already. Those two McLarens are absolutely flying out there. It's similar to what we saw in the Tier 1 race, with those McLarens just being in a different league. Once again, it doesn't seem like any driver can touch the McLarens today.
No, it does. It doesn't appear like that. The McLarens really have not had much company up there. You know, Maxwell's been up in the front most of the race. Fusion's been about 2.5 seconds right behind him, and then behind them, it really hasn't been much. Mintoki's been there for a bit, but
It's
that's
about 7
it.
seconds back now after the pit stop cycle. She has to get by Jack here, and here she comes. Tries to go down the inside. Nothing doing there. I think she's going to for the DRS, or is she? Contact
Or is she?
made. Contact
Jack
made.
really testing it right now.
Oh yeah, testing the waters here. But Mintoki should be able to breeze by Jack this time with the better traction on fresh tires. Through goes Mintoki.
Hell,
Easy
she did it
for her.
before she even. Hell, she did it before she even got DRS. She actually didn't get DRS, which is odd. Is that not a DRS straight?
She got it.
Okay, it just didn't show up on my screen. That was absolutely... Okay, that was weird. Look at this. Look at the gap now between Lennon and Maxwell. 2.9 seconds. Wasn't it just like 8 seconds like a lap ago?
Oh yeah, yes it was. The unbelievable stuff between these two guys. They're just gone.
got a caution.
Around goes Lucas
That's-
Rasmussen. Gone from bad to worse
That could-
for him. And meanwhile,
God,
Alan J and Night Owl battling it out through turn 3, and off the road goes the Sauber.
Take a look at... They're going to go side by side.
Oh
Turn
no,
four.
no,
This
no,
is
no,
not
no,
good.
not here again.
Okay. They thought better of it. Thank God.
I thought I was about to
AJ
end in
and Night
tears. It's a battle for the
It
points
should've-
though between
It
these
should
two.
have ended in tears. It's here we go. We're about to have a swap for the lead right here in a second.
Boy, yeah, we're about to witness a swap for the lead here. This time on track. 5 tenths.
This could be interesting. Maxwell's going to get by Lennon here, but I don't think Fusion's going to get by him.
He won't, and Fusion's burning his entire battery, but he's just too far away as Maxwell cruises down the inside of Lennon. He'll take the lead. Now it's all down to Fusion.
Maxwell-
It's now or never for him to stay in the lead in this lead fight.
And he does not get by Lennon. I think this is this is huge for Maxwell. We're gonna see a huge gap get pulled. Tugra has
He
retired.
looks
They
at
had a
go.
10-second penalty.
Looks at the outside. Can't do it. And this is going to be race over for Fusion because he has failed to get past Lennon.
Or has he?
Oh, he's on
Lennon
the
maybe-
inside. Switch back to Dreams. Out of turn 5. Into the chicane. Fusion's through, but it's too little too late. The gap's 1.8 seconds now.
Absolutely insane how much of a gap Maxwell was able to pull. You know, Fusion was only behind him for like maybe 3 quarters, 2 quarters. Like, that was incredible. And pulled like a full second on him. Get wrecked with another penalty.
Wow, he
So we've
went
got
full
4 drivers in the
qualifying
penalty box.
beatings on that one, and it worked out greatly for him. What isn't working out is this strategy from Lennon. He's lost out all of this track position, and would you look at that? He was catching Mintoki, or he got into Mintoki's DRS before she pitted. Now the gap is 6.7 seconds. That is so much time to make up for Lennon. I'm starting to think this is not the play in terms of strategy.
We're going to see. We're going to have to wait and see, obviously, what happens. But I do believe you are correct. This might not be the optimal strategy. By the time he decides to come in and pit, it's very plausible Mintoki might be on his back bumper already. And, like, he's not going to gain any time out of this, I don't think. Like, obviously, he'll be on way fresher mediums than everyone else who's on old hards. But I just don't know if that is going to be enough.
And I don't think so. Jack pitted, by the way. Jack Miles. I didn't even notice, but he is
Yes, Jack
now all the way
pitted when
down to
Maxwell was...
14th
Yeah.
place. So he's got a lot of ground to make up after staying out pretty long.
Yes, Jack did pit while during that battle for the lead, so we did miss that. But yeah, I did notice that earlier. So he's going to be on way harder. Yeah, way harder.
He's
Way
gone
fresher
hard.
hards.
His race is screwed.
Yeah, definitely. Oh wait, he did go hard. What?
He's gone hard, so it's game over for Jack, unless we get a safety car.
I don't know what he's thinking, but
Could
okay.
be, could be the game not picking his tires. We've seen it before.
Yes, that is very possible. Taking a look, we barely have any battles on the track right now. The closest battle is this.
Night Owl Zakaria's
Yeah,
gone by, and Rasmussen takes advantage.
and this is the battle for the last points position right here. Night Owl currently holds it, but he's got Lucas Rasmussen and he's got Zakaria behind him. And AJ's
Rasmussen.
not that far ahead of them. Look at Lucas.
Zakaria!
And look at Zakaria.
From
That's a
downtown,
huge send.
Zakaria pushing Night Owl off the track to get the move done. Through
Night Owl's not going to be happy about that.
into 11th place.
Yeah, I don't believe Night Owl's going to be happy about that. He just gave Zakaria a couple bumps to say, hey, I don't appreciate that move. Is he going to go for a little move down into turn 4? He'd be stupid to do it, but he does not decide to do it.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a stupid one there, but Zakaria, he's not particularly lost any positions because Rasmussen got by them both, but now Mr. formerly known as Not Raz will go try to fight Alan J here for P9 and then challenge SV, and Lennon comes into the pits finally.
Lennon finally starts coming to pits, and we're going to see just how much time he loses. He's going to be on fresher mediums, but is it too little too late for Lennon? That is the question.
I think he's going to come out in the midfield scrap between Alan and Night Owl.
I think he's
going
to come out behind.
He might come out.
It is good.
It's going to be close here.
He comes out behind SV. Here comes AJ and Lucas. He's going to come out. Whoa!
Ooh, boy.
Oh my god, Lucas just ran into the back of him.
That got tight, and that was bold from Lucas Rasmussen as he got by Allen. And Lennon, thankfully, he comes out ahead of the Zakaria Night Owl scrap. Now he's behind Lucas now, so he's got to get this move done quick.
Yeah, he does, and Lucas is not going to let it go. Lucas has had... and he's had a race. He's had one of the races of all time. He's lagged out. He's wrecked a couple times. Oh my god, he's going for it.
That's tight.
That's a send and a half.
Lucas stays ahead.
Somehow, Lennon did not... I genuinely thought Lucas was going to give him no room there, and they were going to wreck, but they did not. Take a look back up here. Josh has caught Penguin.
Penguin's been on the old tires, and he finally comes in to
Penguin
make
goes
his
in the
second pit stop. We saw that one coming. He's been nursing that Red Bull as good as he can today, but now he's got another recovery stint ahead of him to try and get himself into the points. But Lennon should be able to get by Lucas Rasmussen this time. Lucas tries to break the toe, weaving to the far inside.
Around the outside.
Goes to the outside now. This should be moved done for him. He'll get the traction, contact fade, and through goes Lennon.
Great move around the outside from Lennon there, as he has now... thankfully, his task is a bit easier, because SV and Devin both have penalties.
Yeah, so it should be... P5 is going to be definitely on cards for him.
Almost guaranteed, if you will, as long as he doesn't, spit it out, because obviously he's already gained about half a second on SV since getting by Lucas, so definitely P5 on the cards. P4, not completely out of the realm of possibility, I don't think, for Lennon, but I don't think a podium's in the cards. I don't think there's enough time.
No chance. I think, best case scenario, he gets in 4th, and he would hold the championship lead if he were to finish 4th place here. Things stand, but if he only settles for 5th, Mentoki will take the championship lead as a result. So
By 1 point.
You were right, by 1 single point. So we still have a whole lot to play for, and the question is, how long will Lennon's mediums last before they start falling off?
We're taking a look at Jack Miles right here, about to get by. It looks like Night Owl. This is going to be for P11. They're still, and Tor Penguin just got by wrecked as well. So 2 moves in one straightaway from 2 different drivers. Both Red Bull drivers, if you will. Red Bull Academy. This fight for the final points paying position is not at all over. Look how many people we have back in this fight. We've got Lucas, we've got Alan J, we've got Zakaria, Jack Miles, Night Owl, Torn Penguin. Even Rex has gotten back into this fight, even with his penalty. But you never know. That could get removed. You never know. So we've got 8th to 14th all fighting for, looks like, 3 points paying positions.
And Lennon's already caught SV. That was fast.
That was very fast, but he's going to be stuck behind SV for a second here. SV obviously does have that penalty. SV is on the oldest tires out of everyone, tied with Fusion, so SV could maybe fall back into that battle with his penalty.
Lennon thought about it through turn 12.
Yeah, he did, and so you never know. SV might be scrapping for points himself here in a second.
Especially with the likes of Rasmussen and Alan J gaining as Penguin goes down the inside in turn 13 on Night Owl. That is a move made for him in a spot you don't normally see passes.
No, you don't, and Lennon's gotten by SV, so that's going to be P6 for him.
Oh,
he has a sight set on Devin.
Once again.
Those two have been on each other's butts the entire race, so Jack does take the final points paying position, and as things stand, SV would lose out to Lucas. He currently still has it on AJ so far. Jack's going to be looking to go by AJ here in a second. Jack's on way fresher tires than pretty much everyone in this field. Look at Torn Penguin. They're going for a move in turn 4. That was very bold, but he got it done. That was a great move on Penguin's part.
Great move. Remember, those are Academy teammates. Aston Martin, a part of the Red Bull Academy, which started at the beginning of this game. So, some Academy games played there. Penguin continuing the recovery after the spin in the early stages. I think if he pushes on, there is a potential for a P9, P8, P7.
I do believe so.
So, watch Lennon now. He's already cruised away from SV, but he's got 7 seconds to Devin, who only has a 3-second penalty. So, he needs 4 more seconds.
This is going to get interesting. We've got 2 drivers on fresher tires and AJ. Here comes Penguin.
Oh, look at this.
Penguin,
Jack
we
Allen.
could go 3 wide here. We are going 3 wide.
Jack to the outside. Penguin to the inside. 3 abreast through turn 1. Penguin comes out the winner. Jack almost pushed up as the Academy teammate. And Alan J somehow still in P10. But down the inside goes Jack Miles. Contact made through turn 2. Jack barges his way through. And into P10 goes the RB driver.
That was an insane send from Jack that could possibly see the steward's room. You never know. But Penguin has his sights set on Lucas Rasmussen, sitting P8. And I do think Penguin, 9 laps to go. You've got SV in front of you with a penalty. You've got, I don't think you're going to catch Lenny. You've got Devin in front of you with a penalty. P6 on the cards for Penguin, it looks like. Obviously, he's not going to be happy with it because he got a possible podium.
I think the gap's too big for him.
But I think it's going to be close, but we'll never know.
Sure.
I mean, Devin does have that penalty. Yeah, P7 for sure. Obviously not going to be, you know, Tor Penguin's not going to be happy with that result because he had a possible podium if he didn't wreck it, but I think you have to be happy with the recovery from him.
Oh, for sure. But we've had an incredible midfield scrap, and now Lucas Rasmussen.
Our next move is going to be Lucas.
Yeah. By SV.
Ooh, we've got a car off. That's wrecked. Sorry, not wrecked. That's Jack. Williams. He gets it back going.
And now he's a lap down.
That he is. That's 2 cars that are a lap down currently.
So, and we haven't even touched on it, but we have 4 cars currently out of the race. Wilson had a disconnect before the race even started. His car was DNF'd. Isha was told to leave because he's a big fat cheater. And Tadpole crashed out in a little cake of turn 2. And Yava's, I believe, retired in the pits at some point. So, those are only 4 retirements, as Jack pits said we might have our 5th retirement if he chooses to. I don't think he will, though. But
I'm not sure. He's gonna retire.
Oh yeah, he's retiring.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he's driving in the pits.
Out
There he goes. That's 5 retirements.
Here comes Torn Penguin. He had a look into turn 13 on SV, as set to lose yet another position on those aging tires. That was a closing gap there. Penguin trying to have a go round outside of the final corner. And Max goes off! He spun in turn 4!
Oh my god.
The bottle job's done it again!
We were so busy taking a look at that battle back there, we didn't even think this was possible. Maxwell had a ginormous lead, and he's got half a wing on that car, so he's hit the wall. He's gonna have to come in and fix that, or he's just gonna have to go. But Mitoki is, oh my, what?
what has just happened here in these late stages?
I can't believe what I've just seen. He had this race won. He's not coming in. He is coming in. Oh my! He had this in the bag.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
That is awful for Maxwell. It's a gift for Mitoki. It's a gift for Josh. That puts Ferrari into the podium places as well.
SV just got another. SV just got another penalty. Yeah, and SV just got another penalty. That's gonna be him out of the points now. I can't believe what I've just seen. Maxwell had this race on lock. He didn't even have to. He didn't even.
In the battle, I think.
He didn't even have to push.
No, he didn't. Cruise to the finish. Mitoki gets a penalty, and Maxwell come out just ahead of Lucas Rasmussen here. And what would have been the easiest McLaren 1-2 of their entire Tier 2 line turns into just death for them. Zakaria gets by Alan J for the final point position. Jack had to pit again. Oh! Zakaria's drifted through turn 3. Now he's got the inside, and he should hold on to P10 for the time being. So much action happening here in the late stages, but oh my goodness, what a battle from Maxwell.
That's one of those things where you want to stay impartial, but you just can't. Like, that was such a bad puddle from Maxwell. He had this race won. He was like over 5 seconds ahead of second, and they were like 10 seconds ahead of Mitoki.
Mitoki's now 11 back on Fusion, as Penguins had a bit of a oopsie-whoopsie in turn 11, and that's going to be his day done.
That's out of the points now. What is with all these bottle jobs right now?
You got it. This is not a Tier 3 race. Stop driving like... As Maxwell passes Lennon for P5. As
He's driving angry now.
The recovery. He should be able to get up to P4 here on the fresh mediums.
First, Maxwell bottles the 1-2 and the win, and now Penguin's bottling points. I don't even know.
Jack bottled his strategy.
Yeah, Jack bottled his strategies. He had easy points, and now he's
track limits.
I don't even know. Mitoki didn't really bottle anything. I was gonna say the penalty, but
she's been the Lone Ranger all by herself in P2 today.
Yeah.
So
she's been quick enough to stay in front of the people behind her, but just not quick enough to pass those McLarens. It looks like.
I don't expect anyone to pass those McLarens with the pace they had, unless they bottle it.
Was that turn 4?
Yeah, that was turn 4. Yeah, turn 4 victim.
I'm gonna have to, like, I'm so sad I was not watching Maxwell when he spun. I didn't see anything. I saw Maxwell go down to P2, and I was like, what the hell?
So I saw the map. I saw the yellow flag in the turn 4 zone, followed by an orange dot, and I'm like, oh no. Don't tell me he's actually bottled this one. And
he did.
That is, not even Lando Norris could pull that off.
No. I didn't. I was too busy because, like, there was. Why would I watch him? There was no battle there. He had it won.
What a disaster class there. As speaking of not disaster class, we've had some really solid midfield drives today. SV, if you ignore the penalties, he's had a great day in P8. Kari running in P9, trying to hold off Allen for the final points-paying spot after Penguin's bottle from him. so many bottle jobs today. But
Maxwell's going by the Red Bull
yeah,
of Devin.
that was
Like I said,
expected.
yes. Like I said, he's driving angry. He's only got a 2.9 second gap until he
He can
gets to
get on a
Josh.
podium here on Josh.
He can absolutely get on a podium.
So
Like,
long as
actually,
you keep it on the
I
island.
yeah, I would almost say it's guaranteed, but I also thought it was guaranteed he was going to win, and here we are.
I don't think anything's
know?
guaranteed this race now. We got one more lap
No.
before the safety car window shuts, so one more time to go for Fusion to pray nothing happens, and hope preferably nothing happened to himself either. But the midfield scrapping's been insane as Alan and Penguin battle this one out for the final point. Here we go. Down the inside goes Penguin. This should be an easy move for him. He gets it
That
done.
was a good move.
Allen loses the back end just a little bit, and that'll be him out of points. Penguin up to 10th. Sicaria
The final-
in 9th.
Yeah, the final points paying spot is going to be a battle between Zakaria and Alan J. Penguin should be able to get by Zakaria pretty easily here. He's already done it twice, so I don't think that should be a problem.
SV will still, with his 6 seconds of penalties, it's going to be game over for him. He will lose these points as it stands, which is unfortunate. He's had a great day, and I didn't even realize he had 6 seconds of penalties, as Maxwell has already caught Josh. This should be a quick move.
Can I throw something into the realm of possibility here?
Go for it.
Is the McLaren 1-2 still possible?
He needs about 2 seconds a lap here. That's going to be two and a half seconds a lap just to get into Mintoki's 3-second penalty range. As insane as that car is, I don't know if that is going to happen.
But, like, look at it. He's already gained a second, and it's only been 3 corners.
8 seconds now. He had DRS assistance as well, and fastest lap, 7.9. I guess it's not in the realm of impossibility here. But you also have to look, 4-lap medium compared to 18-lap hard. Penguin and Zakaria wheel. That was Zakaria letting Penguin go. You might be onto something here. It's not over yet.
It's definitely not over yet. If Maxwell does get P2, he absolutely does not deserve it. Let's get that out in the world right now. But it would be a drive to remember for him. That's for damn sure.
A drive to remember or a drive to forget?
Both if we're being honest.
Because it's been
yeah.
a tragedy for him, and I hate to see him throw away probably the easiest win of his RPL career like that. But 6.4 seconds now, 2 laps to go. He needs 3 seconds on this lap. And I don't, as good as that car is, as good as he is, I don't think that's happening.
I don't think so. It's I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I'm gonna take a look back at this final points paying spot. Zakaria has 2 drivers behind him looking to get that final points paying spot. One of them is Jack Miles.
After the 2-stop strategy, he is getting himself into this here. P11 on the inside he goes, and that is the position for him. And for what feels like the millionth time in this race, it's Zakaria versus Jack Miles heading into turn 3. Jack down the inside, locks the front left, but he's through, and it's points for Jack after a 2-stop strategy. He's gonna get points out of this. Good drive from him.
He's absolutely gonna get points out of this as the McLaren of Lyral Fusion, not the McLaren we thought was gonna come to take the white flag, but it is a Lyral Fusion coming to take this white flag, as Maxwell only needs a second on Mintoki now. He's gonna do it. He's gonna get P2, I think.
Incredible stuff from Maxwell. Absolute balls to the wall in terms of pushing to get himself in the 3-second range. I'll hand it to him. That's a fantastic recovery, but it shouldn't have been a recovery that needed to happen in the first place after the bottle job. Good job to recover to what is going to be P2 here off penalties. Any battling it back? It doesn't look like it. Jack might actually get past Torn Penguin here for what will be P8 on the road. Penguin's off the road. That'll help Jack. Using all of the ERS. He's got more than Penguin does. He's going to try and go around the outside here. good move from Jack. RB versus Red Bull. Penguin was the back end. Jack's through, but we go to Literal Fusion. He's been playing second fiddle to the McLaren of Maxwell this entire day. But at the end, it's who bottles and who doesn't bottle. Guess who didn't bottle? It's this man Fusion. He's gonna come around the final corner, and it's all sunshine and rainbows for one McLaren. It's Fusion that wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Mitoki will come home second on track, but it's gonna be lightning clouds of despair for Maxwell after a total bottle job. Loses him this win, but after everything's said and done, it's still McLaren 1-2. What a day.
Absolutely. Here comes Josh coming home P4. Devin is going to hold on to P5 over Lennon, which means Mitoki is going to take the lead in the championship, I do believe, right?
Yep, Mitoki will be your championship leader after all is said and done today.
Jack Miles
gets by SV
got by SV on track. SV is going to lose out on points here.
No points for SV. Great job, Jack. Doing hard medium strat. Makes it work. P8 for him. Penguin 9th. And RPL Zakaria has managed to hold off Alan J and get ahead of SV on penalties. A decent day for RPL Zakaria to round himself a points-paying position in P10. I'm not going to lie, Polish. I don't know who you give driver of the day to, because there were literally no standouts.
Fusion.
I mean, he didn't bottle, and he won by 10 seconds.
I think it's easy to give it to Fusion here. I would have absolutely given it to Maxwell had it not been for the bottle job. But Fusion was just in the right place in the right time. And I think he's my driver of the day. I do think Jack Miles does get a special mention, though. 14th to 8th. Even Devin went 10th to 5th. So definitely gets my two,
yeah,
honorable mentions,
Fusion.
if you will.
I love review. That was a great drive from him. Bottle job from Axel. Decent quiet day from Josh, by the way. Very quiet P4. Good job, him. But I'll give driver of the day to either Devin or Fusion. They both had very solid drives, and shout out to Jack too. Make sure you get results, by the way. I got you. Don't worry.
Yep, I went down on stream, so all the results are there.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. Also, don't look now. I don't know if you knew this, but Maxwell's still looking for his first win in Tier 2.
What a way to piss it away. He is a multi-winner in Tier 1. That must be said. And he's having a similar curse that I had. Couldn't win in the lower tiers, but can win in the upper tiers. What do you know? But
And now my favorite thing to do is to go into the driver's chat and read what these weirdos are saying. Like Maxwell saying that was a classic Maxwell moment.
So, no gaslighting anybody this time. But I'll agree with you to give Fusion driver of the day. He had a very solid drive to win by that big of a gap and not chuck the car into the wall in turn 4. So I'll give it to him. But
I'll happily give Fusion driver of the day. And even though he probably maybe you could say Maxwell deserved the win over him, Fusion was in the right place in the right time, and he had such a gap on the rest of the field. Like I think he finished 10 seconds ahead of Mitoki, so he definitely had a big gap on the rest of the field, not just Mitoki, but just everyone. And if Maxwell wasn't so fast, Fusion would have gotten this win, but easily. But Fusion's third win in Tier 2, by the way.
Yep, third time a winner, and I believe this is I think this is the first time he hasn't won a race off of a post-race penalty, so he can properly celebrate this victory. And rightfully so, he deserves it.
He absolutely deserves it.
Great job from Maxwell, I guess, to recover back to second place after what happened. But great job him. Mitoki on the podium once again. Great showing from her to be the best of the rest, I guess, today, because Nobody had anything for those McLarens.
No, absolutely not. But that's gonna be it. I do believe Beatnik. We will not be back tomorrow because Titan will be here to commentate Tier 1. I do believe. So we've got that going for us.
I'm
We've
racing anyway.
got. Oh yeah, you're a Tier 1 driver now. That's right. Yeah. Man, I sometimes forget about that. Okay, anyways.
Time flies.
Yeah, so we will have Titan back tomorrow. I don't know if he's with anybody, but it will be definitely Titan. Uh, yeah, man, I don't even.
Make sure you.
I just realized.
Next week we have probably what's going to be one of the most terroristic weekends in Tier 2 history. We have the Silverstone Reverse Sprint Race coming up.
Yeah.
So make
Come
sure you
on.
watch the Zero Overtakes Grand Prix with us next week.
That's what we're talking about. I just realized I didn't have the chat up the entire time on my phone.
Ah, they're a bunch of nerds.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? But thank you all for watching today. That was some good racing from the midfield. They gave us a show today.
Yeah, I mean we had. I don't think there was much better race to commentate. We had everything today. We had a driver possibly get banned for cheating. We had drama, beef. We had
drivers dominating and bottling.
Yeah, like we had underdogs outperforming their equipment. Like I don't know. That was probably one of the best races I've commentated in a very long time.
I'll say. I was not expecting this to be a fun one, but in the end, I think we were treated to a great race today.
Absolutely. But we will be back tomorrow with Titan commentating Tier 1 at it is Belgium, right? Or it's Monza. It's Monza.
Oh boy. Be prepared for turn 1. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep, be prepared for turn 1. So yeah, we've got Monza tomorrow, and then for Tier 3, obviously we mentioned earlier, we've got Monza next week, and for Tier 2, we've got, as you said, Silverstone reverse sprint race. So that'll be a good one. But until next time, PolishHammer, Beatnik, the two Americans, signing off again. Good night.